I just want to stress to you the importance of your voice. Your voice is important. You are important. And I think that's something that gets minimized over time. If you feel like your accent is getting in the way of your progression or keeping you from speaking up the way that you really want to, it minimizes this voice that you have. And I want to bring that voice back. I want you to have that voice because I know that your voice matters. I know that the world needs your voice and needs your expertise, needs your ideas, needs to hear what you have to say. And I genuinely believe that being understood is just a basic, being understood and being heard is just a basic human need. And if we are silenced in some way or don't feel like our voice is heard, there is pain. There is discomfort in that. And when we can't feel like we can, be our true selves because of a second language barrier or because of lack of confidence or whatever it is, there is a great amount of pain in that. And I'm not okay with that. I want more for you. And that is what this program is all about. We need to find your voice. We need to help you bring that voice out and feel confident using your voice because you have important things to say and things to do. Okay, so I just really want you to feel that and understand that that is our driving force here at Pronunciation Pro. Okay, so just so you know what's kind of coming here with this webinar, I'm going to do a training on how to be understood and be confident. I want you to really understand kind of how we teach that at Pronunciation Pro and what that means really. I'm going to teach you a little bit about the Pronunciation Pro course. What is it? How does it work? What's involved in Pronunciation Pro? We're going to answer questions. So that's why I say get comfortable with that Q&A box because I'll be going there and answering any questions. And it can be about pronunciation. It can be about learning an accent. It can be your own personal situation with your accent, anything like that. I will be giving live feedback, so I can unmute you and we can talk and give feedback. I have some exercises in vowels that would be fun to do together. There's readings that we can do. Conversational practice definitely helps. But I'll give you a few minutes. I'll give a few, I obviously won't be able to get to everyone today, but I'm going to get to as many as I possibly can today to be able to give you that live feedback. Okay, and this live feedback is something that is included with the Pronunciation Pro membership. So I'll tell more about that, but every week we have 3 study groups a week. And that's all we do is live feedback and give you personalized feedback through the course. Okay, so we'll give you a taste of that today, but just so you know that there's way more to come with that in the Pronunciation Pro course. Okay, and then I will be giving a bonus offer for those who stick around and here to the end is that we do have a special offer for those who are live here during this webinar today. So don't miss that. Okay, so let's go over this concept of being understood and being confident. So our mission is twofold. We're going to help you be understood and be confident in your spoken English. Okay, so what does that mean exactly? Okay, well, the be understood side of things, we have to address pronunciation and your accent, okay? So an accent is basically the carryover of the sounds and rhythm from your first language to your second language or to English. I know a lot of you have multiple languages that you speak, but from your primary language, your mother tongue, to English. And that is what is causing this accent. There are sound systems that your ear is tuned to or accustomed to that you're carrying over into English. So what happens is that you are using sounds from your mother tongue as you're speaking English instead of the true English sounds, okay? And that might be because you don't hear the difference or you haven't been trained to move your mouth in that new way for English, okay? And it's not just a matter of being around other native English speakers that help you acquire that accent. There is a specific method of training those sounds, both the listening skills and the actual training. So that's what we do in Pronunciation Pro, is we train these sounds of English, okay? We go through pronunciation, we go through the vowels and the consonants of American English. We go through the blends, we go through the mouth placement. We talk about voiced and voiceless sounds in English and making sure that our voice turns on and off based on what sound we're using. We talk about phonetics, we talk about the precision of the sounds in our mouths and how they're being projected. All of this is included in the sounds of English. And then we have the rhythm of English. So the rhythm of English includes that fluency, the pace, the flow, the volume. We go over word stress and sentence stress, intonation, linking, pausing, chunking, reductions, and these super segmental features that, you know, come out as you get to the higher levels of your American English, American pronunciation, and American accent. Okay, so there's a lot to cover when it comes to being understood. We have to learn how American English works, the rules of pronunciation and fluency, and how to really use those rules. Okay, so that is a very important part of the Pronunciation Pro course, and something that is outlined step by step, so it's not overwhelming. There's a ton of information to understand here, but we break it down into very doable steps along the way. And that's what we focus on the be understood side. And it's really, the sounds of English are more like the science of American English. The rhythm is more of the art and the music of American English. And so we talk about that a lot, in being able to balance the precision and the science of American English and that art and music of American English. Okay, the second part is this, you know, be confident, okay? So really what we're talking about here with being confident, it gets more involved than just, if I learn American English, I'm going to feel confident. It's absolutely a part of that. But as I've been working with students over the last 10 years and had hundreds of students come through my program, I've noticed that there's so much more to feeling confident than just learning the American accent, okay? It's definitely a key piece, but there is more. So what's happening is that you are feeling fear when it comes to speaking in English. And so we have to address that feeling of fear. Where is that fear coming from? Why is that there? We have to really learn to follow through with commitments and develop courage and establish these new habits, okay? And you have to take action to develop this confidence, okay? So we really want you to take action through this program. It's a big part. We are going to be building skills through this program. You have to be practicing consistently, developing these habits, and you do establish your own pace as you go through this program so that you can stay consistent with it. If it's, you know, if it's an hour a day, great. If it's 20 minutes a day, great. If it's 20 minutes 5 times a week, great. Whatever you can establish as your habit or routine, that is what we want you to do so that you can do it over an extended period of time, okay? All right, let's talk about the pro mindset. Now this is something that's been something that I didn't originally start with Pronunciation Pro, but has become more a piece of what we're doing here at Pronunciation Pro. Call it the pro mindset. And what that is the mindset necessary to help you feel confident as you improve your American English. And it's just mindsets for success. And we have a number of ways that we teach this through the program, and I'll share that with you. But it's really these concepts of overcoming failure, doing hard things, your view of yourself, your view of others, you know, having empowering thoughts that will help you accomplish your goals. This growth mindset. What do you do? How do you change the thoughts that you're having going into social situations so that you can feel confident. As you're increasing your English pronunciation, how can we make sure we're practicing? So all of these things together is what the Pronunciation Pro course is all about. So we're really excited that we've been able to merge this, and I know it's the most effective way of learning the American accent, absolutely, hands down. So if your accent is getting in your way, this is absolutely the best way for you to achieve that success. We've seen it over and over again with our students. Okay, I'm going to quickly go through the 4 C's of confidence here. And the 4 C's it's really 4 C's of building confidence. Okay, so the first is commitment. We've talked a little bit about commitment so far. You have to make and keep these commitments to yourself. So making and keeping commitments and this can be applied to pronunciation training. It can be applied to anything that you want to build confidence in. Okay, making a commitment that you're going to do something. You're going to take action like we've talked about. We have to call out our own excuses. Okay, our brain wants to go in autopilot. It wants to do things that are easy for us. And we have to make sure that our higher thinking brain is controlling and is the one in control, and so that we can achieve our higher level goals. Okay, our brain wants to come up with excuses like, I don't have enough time, or I don't have the money to do it, or my health is bad, I'm either too young or too old. There's so many excuses that we come up with. For example, a time issue. Time is a big thing for me. I have 4 kids. I'm, running a business, and I want to be there for my students, and I'm running a team here at Pronunciation Pro, and I have to be very, very structured with my time. But over time, as I've committed to do that and say, this is my dream, this is what I want, and how am I going to achieve that, then I'm able to come up with solutions. Okay, so we have to call out our own excuses. What excuses is your brain telling you of why you can't accomplish the goals that you want, or why you can't develop that confidence or keep the commitments that you have? Okay, courage. Let's talk about courage. Okay, we want to commit to ourselves, make commitments with courage. Okay, you're going to feel fear. That's okay. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is, I'm going to do this even though I feel fear. Okay, fear is okay. We all feel fear. And really, emotions are the worst thing that can happen to us. They're very harmless. Our emotions are just vibrations in the body. And this is information, these are things that we go through more in depth in Pronunciation Pro. So if this is something that you're like, oh, I don't fully understand what she's talking about, we'll talk about this more if you come and are a student of mine. But one key idea is our thoughts cause the pain or the emotion that's happening. It's not happening outside of us, it's happening in our thoughts. So as we learn to manage our thoughts and be mindful of our thoughts, we can it really helps overcome that fear and develop courage for us. And you have to ask yourself, am I willing to be uncomfortable to reach my goals? Okay, am I willing to be uncomfortable to reach my goals? And that is something that no matter what your goal is, it's going to be uncomfortable. As you go through the Pronunciation Pro course, I'm going to make you do things with your mouth that don't feel comfortable. It's not going to feel natural for you, but you'll notice that there is a level of discomfort that happens, and then it starts to become your normal. It becomes more comfortable for you. And that's when that true success happens. Okay. As you commit with courage, your capacity increases. So you're taking action, you're committing, and you're doing that with courage. And then you increase capacity. And these might be new words for you depending on your level of English and what you've been exposed to so far in English. but this is something that we will review over and over again in Pronunciation Pro. So capacity is what we are capable of, what we can do. Okay, so as we go through, we take action, we commit to things, and we have that courage, despite the fear, we increase our capacity for things. And that's really where we really increase that confidence. So increased capacity plus the pro mindset that we've been able to discover here at Pronunciation Pro and teach here really does build that confidence, that long-term, genuine confidence in yourself, not a fake confidence or let's pretend we're confident, but a true confidence. All right, so that's really what we're doing here. So let me just take just a few minutes here, and I know I'm working to kind of have a really strong amount of time that we are going to do live feedback and Q&A here. But let me tell you a little bit about Pronunciation Pro and all that's involved here, because I know there was quite a few questions emailed in about how Pronunciation Pro works and what you're going to get. Okay, so I've touched on this a little bit, that my method is a very step-by-step, easy to follow, research-based method for learning the American accent, American English accent. So not British English, we'll leave that to them. We're talking about American English accent, okay? So as you come into the Pronunciation Pro course, it's very structured, and that's what we get a lot of comments about how organized the program is, so that there's not this overwhelm of information, but that you can follow step by step. So that has great value to it. So we have this video training program that I've developed that walks you step by step through the program. Each of those videos has worksheets and audio recordings that you can download and listen to, so that you can work on that yourself. Now, the value of this is hard to kind of come up with a value, because I keep adding more and more training and more in depth to the program, but we'll say for our sake that, you know, there's about a $2,000 or more value with this. That's not what you're paying for it. I'll talk about that later, but this part of the training alone is incredibly valuable. It is our foundation of Pronunciation Pro. So you'll get a 12 module course, and then there's an additional 40 weeks beyond that. And really what we say is that to really get the results that you need to be in this program for 1 year. Okay, so it's really a 1-year commitment to really truly learn these skills, so that they are just a part of who you are and what you do. Absolutely life-changing, and something that as you commit and as you follow through on, it will be the best thing that you've done for yourself and your career growth and your personal development, okay? So we start off with that video training program. Again, it's step-by-step. And then we give a ton of personal coaching and feedback for everyone who's a member. So this is how we do it. Every week we have 3 study groups led by myself or Lori, our other accent trainer. And so it's a group setting, but we unmute, kind of similar to what we're going to do today. We unmute you, we discuss your questions, we give you feedback, something to work on through the week, anything that you're struggling with the video training course. We give you that feedback. Extremely valuable to know exactly what you're doing wrong and how to fix it, okay? We are going to do a monthly pro mindset training. So that's coming up in 2 weeks. We'll do another webinar training just on the pro mindset. So we take a topic and we address some of these mindset issues. We do kind of a discussion about it, and then do some coaching on that. We do, the weekly challenge, okay? So every week we choose 3 people. If you participate in the challenge, we choose 3 people that we give private one-on-one feedback to. So you send in a recording, and then Lori chooses 3 people who she's going to listen to the recording and send a recording back with feedback. So it's private feedback, and it's actually something that comes with more of our upgraded members, but we want to offer that to other students as well. We also have a pro book club meeting. So this has to do with that mindset issue and confidence issue. Is we choose a book that is about skills and development for your overall success, working towards your goals. Okay, this last month we did Thinking Big, the magic of thinking big. And it was a great discussion. And it's just an open, let's practice our English and discuss this book together. And it's amazing. We have all the recordings there on the Pronunciation Pro website. Okay, so let me just go over the 3 packages here real quick. Our main packages at Pronunciation Pro. So you might be wondering, well, okay, well, which one do I join? What is included with everything? So our basic membership, we have 2 options for that. We have the monthly membership and we have the yearly membership. So everything that we just went through is there on the bottom. So you get all of that with the basic, either monthly or yearly. You get all of access to all of that. All of our members get all of that access. Okay, the study groups, all of those extras with the pro mindset, plus the whole video training course. Okay, that all comes included with the basic membership. So like we say, you know, we want you're going to get the most results from staying for a full year. So that's why we have a yearly option there. But if you need it broken down into smaller payments, then less than $20 a month gives you all of that. And this is something that's been very important for me as I've gone along. I wanted to make sure that we kept access to this program to those who, $20 a month is a stretch, because this is going out to all of the world, anywhere. And I know the currency is different in different places. So we wanted to make sure it was affordable. So that is available. I want to make sure that you understand with the monthly payments. So it's $19.97 a month, so less than $20 a month. And that is ongoing until you cancel, okay? So it'll keep auto billing every month until you cancel. We do start that with a free 7-day trial. So if you want to try that for 7 days for free, that's great. But please keep track of that. If you decide this isn't for you, or it's not the right fit for you, be sure to cancel before the payment goes through, because we do not offer refunds, because we have to make sure that we can't be messing around with these $20 a month payments, because we have a lot of work to do here with our students, and that just kind of holds us up there. So I need you to take responsibility for that and understand that those payments will go through, and that we don't do refunds. So keep track of that. And that is an amazing deal, an amazing value for what you're getting there. The Plus package is private coaching. So this is for you if you need a lot of flexibility with your time. Maybe you can't come to the study groups at the times that we have available. Maybe you want more private feedback than in the group setting. That's where this really is great, because you get a full accent assessment, you get a report that comes out that's very specific and customized to you. You get recorded feedback on assignments for all 12 of the core, lessons of Pronunciation Pro. You also get an alumni feedback option at the end that is only offered to our Plus and Premier students. And you have 1 year to complete this, complete the program and complete all of your recordings. But we recommend that you do it within the 5 months, less than 5 months, because that's at least the core 12 lessons, okay? The Premier package includes everything else that we've talked about, but you do get 12 live private coaching sessions. So these are about 50 minutes a week, or you can spread them out, or if you need to skip a lesson, it's very flexible for you. And includes that full accent assessment, the feedback on the 12 assignments. Again, you have access to that alumni feedback option that is not available for the rest of our members. And again, you have 1 year to complete it. Okay, so those are our packages. I'm going to have Kendall, will you type into the chat box for all of them to know kind of the pricing page where they can see all of those? So I just want to, the Pronunciation Pro course really is for you if you feel like your accent is limiting you in some way, okay? It's for you if you are frequently asked to repeat yourself. So that happens quite a bit, and sometimes you're not sure why that's happening, okay? It's for you if you want to refine your accent. So maybe you are easily understood, that's not your problem, but you really want to refine your accent. And if this is the case, then I recommend some of our more advanced options like the Plus or Premier packages. So that is something that will be more fitting for you because it's more personalized, it's more customized to you, okay? This program is for you if you fear speaking in front of native English speakers, okay? If that is something that causes a lot of fear for you. If you want better relationships with English speakers, that social element, the social communication and developing those skills, that is such an important part of communication. So if you want better relationships, and if you want more opportunities for your career, and getting a job, interviewing, all of that really makes such a big difference. Communication skills are the biggest skill set that you can have as you're developing your career. And if you lack confidence to be yourself in English, that's what we really want you to be able to do, is just let's get your voice out there so you can be yourself. It's not for you if you don't see the need to invest in yourself and your future, okay? If this is not something that's important to you, or if you want results without doing the work, okay? We make it as easy as possible. We make it step by step, but in the end, you have to do the work. It's your responsibility to make this happen. And we are there to support you and help you, but you have to show up and you have to do the work or you don't get the results, okay? Really, our students here at Pronunciation Pro are ready to get results. They're driven for success. They're committed to their goal, and they know they can achieve more than what they're experiencing now, all right? So if this is really you, then this is where you need to be. And we want to be working with you. It's amazing. The students here that we work with on a weekly basis here at Pronunciation Pro blow my mind because they're so driven and so excited to learn and are doing amazing things with their lives.